Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of our GDQ Hotfix Trans Day of Visibility Celebration Showcase. My name is Quacksilver, and the stackedness of the schedule for today equals, if not exceeds, the stackedness of the schedule for yesterday, which if you have not seen it, you are going to want to make sure to check out the VODs for Trans Day of Visibility, for all of our hotfix shows, and for our major events like Back to Black and Frame Fatales on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. We have so many amazing leaps of logic, little chains of logic to kick off the schedule for today's showcase. We're going to start with Neon White, pivot off of guns to Squirrel with a Gun, pivot off of Woodland Creatures to Stardew Valley, pivot off of Karts to Mario Kart, and we just keep going from there. It is truly so many fantastic runs and showcases that I'm so excited for. If you're just joining us for the first time, if you haven't seen yesterday, Trans Day of Visibility is a holiday that started in 2009 by an organization called Transgender Michigan, because the only extant holiday for trans people at the time was Trans Day of Remembrance, which, while important, focused on violence against the community, and we wanted an opportunity to show off trans joy, trans talent, and just a more general acknowledgement of our being here as a community for each other. And so I am extremely grateful to have the opportunity to show off some fantastic TGNC runners for you all today. Starting off with one of the things I have been so hyped for this entire event, a pace so breakneck you blink and you will miss it. I am so excited to introduce you all to bree12am, marisa77, and PodzSnivy racing Neon White, White's Heaven Rush.
Oh, oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was the one choosing. Hey, hello everyone, welcome. This is going to be a treat. These three are some of the most talented Neon White runners we have in the community, and all three of them are going to be racing for White Heaven Rushes. My name's Idol. I used to hold record in this category, and I'm just glad to be here to commentate this run. Let's go with the introductions for everyone else, starting with Bree.
Hey, what's good? I'm bree12am. You might have seen my any percent run a couple days ago. I'm so excited to play White Heaven Rush. I recently got 9th. Marisa, would you like to go next?
Sure, it's Marisa. I speedrun this game sometimes. I actually haven't Skype recording this category about 3 days ago, I think. And yeah, I have a good time doing some gaming.
Hello, I'm Pods. I mainly do Neon White ILs, but I've recently been in a bit of a rush frenzy right now, and happened to get a decent time just for this event, so yeah, it should be a good race.
Yep. So, without further ado, are you three ready?
Ready to go.
Yep, ready to go.
Yes.
Alright, countdown from 3 to click start rush. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, racers.
Good luck.
Bye.
So, for the people who don't know what this category is, White Heaven Rush is the 96 main story levels all in a row, back to back. No cutscenes, just straight gameplay throughout the entire time. And so let's get started. The first major thing runners are going to be doing is running on water. Water gives you speed, makes you walk double as fast. You go from 18 speed walking normally to 33 speed. The main gimmick of this game is you have cards. The cards act as both weapons and movement abilities. The left click is the gun, the right click is the movement ability. The left click on the card everyone's just picked up now is Purify. It acts as a machine gun, you can shoot it really quickly. Right click, it activates, it's an explosion jump. Basically, you just place it down and you can use it to explosion jump or kill enemies. So one thing the runners are going to be doing as well is they're also going to be shooting the enemy bullets, or any projectile in the game, I should say. You can shoot, if you shoot enemy projectiles, you gain enough speed that's roughly equal to 0.1. However, it was unintentional, but you were also able to shoot your own projectiles. So this includes, for example, the Purify boost. You're able to shoot that and gain a speed boost of roughly around 0.1. And sometimes you're going to see them attempt to shoot into a floor and shoot their own bullets. That is a self-bullet boost, and you can do the same thing too. That also can get you a speed boost, but it is extremely precise to hit. Another thing they're going to be doing is something called phantoms, where if you shoot a bullet and then real quickly swap out to your katana in order to hit it again, you get to hit it twice because the hitbox lingers for a bit. So you're able to get 2 speed boosts and save roughly 0.2 each time. And already we are nearly at the end of the first chapter. These runners are absolutely killing it. Another thing too about water, I mentioned earlier, you get nearly double the speed. The fastest form of movement in the game you can get without card abilities is being above water, which is called an above water boost. Basically, I believe the explanation is you have the benefits of being above water, but you don't have the friction of going down, being on the ground. So you're able to get, for example, over 40 speed in optimal situations. So for example, right here, Marissa is going to be jumping up, is going to be holding jump the entire time up that slope to gain speed. All 3 of our runners are currently in Glassport, the final stage of Chapter 1, and we're already here. And we're already here at Chapter 2 now. So let's talk about Chapter 2. In this game, the game is split up into 12 chapters, each chapter having 10 stages, except for the boss fight stages having a few less. The next thing introduced in Chapter 2 is the Godspeed card. The Godspeed card, which is a blue rifle, left click, it acts as a rifle and it does 3 damage. Right click, you get a dash. This dash puts you at over 100 speed and you're able to use this dash to get across big gaps and also shoot enemies and kill them with it. So Chapter 2 is going to be a lot about optimizing your lines with Godspeed and trying your best to make sure you can just kill as many enemies as possible with it. Right here, Bree and Marissa are currently on Thrasher, which is a community fan favorite stage.
Wait, what? Oh, hang on.
Uh-oh. It's all good, it's all good. Continue.
Haven't, messed the dash around quite a bit.
There. This game is really hard, so...
Yeah, this game is really tough. Something I was also going to mention about Godspeed cards is it's also really important to just time your Godspeed so that you can get the most speed out of it as you can. Mostly. It's it's more effective to just time your Godspeed so that they have about a half second to a second delay on them.
Yep, that is correct. Yeah, you gotta get. Yeah, that's the most optimal way to get speed across. So another thing I like to introduce in Chapter 2 are the demons. So in this, you see the demon count on the top left. If you've not played Neon White before, in order to beat the stage, you have to kill every single demon in the stage. So there's a lot of different demons that you are able to do. Different colored demons indicate different things. So for example, if a demon has a color that just isn't black, that means it drops a card. The yellow one drops an Elevate, the blue one drops a Godspeed, and you'll just see that throughout the rest for the rest of the stage. Right now, Marissa and Bree are currently on the final stage of Chapter 2, which is Dancer, another community fan favorite stage. And Marissa's already on to Chapter 3. There's a new demon type introduced called the Guardian. The Guardian is a giant head thing, like you'll see on the right. Basically, it has 8 health, and it locks onto you. If you don't break line of sight with it quickly enough, it will instantly kill you. And this is the first case of the game having an insta-kill mechanic already at you. The next card introduces Stomp. The Stomp card, left-click, it acts as an Uzi, and you're able to shoot really fast with it. Right-click, you're able to stomp down into the ground. So one thing you're seeing them do right now is, wait, why is the shooting so accurate? Isn't it supposed to be an Uzi? Isn't it supposed to be fully automatic and random? The way the shooting in this game works for the automatic weapons is there's a spray pattern that is the same all the time, no matter when you start shooting. So if you shoot fast and let go of it, you restart the spray pattern. The first 2 bullets of the spray pattern are slightly bottom left of the center of the crosshair. So you're able to then just spam left click in order to shoot it fast. Most runners are able to do it so they shoot 2 at a time, but in theory you can also get it down to 1 at a time.
That's absurd.
Yep. So a lot of them have a input display mod too. So if you see the icon with the crosshair, you get to see how fast they are shooting the crosshair. It is very intense. This game is very, very demanding and very hard to run.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So Bree and Marissa have entered Canals. Canals is one of the first major notorious reset points of the run due to the fact you have to shoot stuff from very far away. You have to shoot it with the elevate card while moving, and also this, I believe, is the stage that introduces the red explosive barrels. These barrels are, well, explosive, and they act like normal, and they act like explosives. Good job to both of y'all for getting past that pretty quickly. Good job. So, explosions in this game, we'll talk more about later, but funny quirk about explosions. No matter where in relation you are to the blast, you will always be sent up. Even if you're directly below it, you will always be sent up, which we'll use later. Another thing too I'd like to bring up is how a lot of the routing works in this game. So for example with Mountain, one of the main things you're going to see on Mountain is people are going to be taking cards and just saving it for later. So for example, they save a Stomp and they're just able to take it all the way to the end and is able to use it more efficiently. Super Connect's another great example of this because you're able to save a Godspeed card all the way to the... You're able to save a Godspeed card and use it later. So a lot of the routing in this game is pretty much just, hey, this card seems like it'd be very important. Let's use it later and see if we can somehow make it more efficient. And for the vast majority of stages, you are always able to make it more efficient than the intended path. So Bree and Marissa both made it to Arrival. Congratulations to both of y'all. This right here is the first boss fights chapter. The boss fight chapters are the ones that have other 10 stages. For example, this chapter has 3 stages. Basically, in lore, we're going here to collect something, but lore doesn't matter. We're playing this category to skip all the lore for a reason. We're gonna soon get introduced to the first boss fight, but right now Marissa got to Forgotten City. Forgotten City is another notorious reset point in the run. And the reason why is because the buildings that she's shooting around, their hitbox actually slightly extends past the building. So it is very easy to just miss your shots because you aim too close to the building, thinking that, oh, I'm past it, but nope, the building has an extended hitbox, which makes this strat way, way harder than it looks, and it is actually crazy how people are able to get this pretty consistent in Rush.
I don't know how I hit that.
Yeah, that was insane. So, the first boss fight stage, Neon Green. There's a lot to explain, so I'll do it quickly. Basically, you're going to have to hit these crystals, and these crystals, when you move across, hit them all, Green's going to move. In between these phases, Green doesn't have a shield up, so you're able to hit him earlier than intended, which allows you to then do something what we call a cycle skip. The other thing people are doing, Marissa and Bree are doing right now, is they're swinging their katanas and punching their fist card. Whenever you use the 30 swings of your katana, you then get your fist card. Whenever you use all 10 punches of your fist, you're able to then pause. You then die. So the runners are using this in order to die and freeze the in-game timer for 3 seconds, so they're able to. So even during the like descent and the cutscene of him dying, they're still able to save time. Congrats to both of y'all for getting that. Bree did a strat in particular where she used the extended pickup range of the Stomp in order to grab a Purify through the wall. And now we're on to Chapter 5, which is one of my favorite chapters in the game to watch. You get introduced to the Fireball card. Did you say? I didn't hear you.
I think while we're holding here, I have a question off of some of the appreciation for our runners in chat, because I know we were talking in the green room before this, but you said that a new record for this category had just recently been set.
Oh yes. Marissa has been grinding White Rush alongside all three of these runners, and Marissa has got world record of 29:55. She was the second ever person to get a sub 30 in this category.
Let's go!
Yeah.
She just recently got that a few days ago. Massive congrats to her. Everyone give claps in the chat for her. That is an insane run, and everyone should check it out whenever they have time.
She also ran another run, 1 second behind that, earlier today, so it's like...
Wow,
Yeah.
alright.
Consistency is unrivaled in comparison.
Yeah.
Keep the game.
So, I realize there's some stuff I forgot to mention earlier in the chapter, so oops, let me explain that now. We got a new card. Everyone is now in Chapter 5, and we got a new card. This is the Fireball. Left-click, it's a shotgun, and it's a shotgun. It's really good. Right-click, it's another dash, but this time you're actually able to vertically control where you aim with the dash. So for Godspeed, locks you horizontally, locks you vertically, while Fireball, you can dash in any direction you want, and also at the end, you get the property of being on water, alongside also being able to destroy stuff. So coming up, for example, on Pod's screen, there's going to be a stage that they're going to abuse the extended range of the Fireball in order to break a red floor, in order to kill demons. Another thing too is you're going to get there's things called ringers, which are enemies that are kind of like in the shape of like kind of like an oval, but they shoot out a ring of bullets. That's why they're called a ringer. The ringer is very... If you use a fireball on it, you're able to then break the... you're able to then get a bunch of speed, which we'll be seeing later in the run. And the stage that Marissa was on, that Bree just got past, is called Apartment. Apartment is a very intense stage. Congrats to the both of them for getting past it as quickly as they did. It is a very cool stage to watch. Right now, we're in Chapter 6. Bree and Marissa are in Chapter 6 now. The purple demon introduces the tripwire. The tripwire, well, it's a tripwire. If you step in it, you just die instantly. It's another one of the it's another insta-kill that this game adds. However, if you break a tripwire, it actually damages all the demons that are attached to it as well. So this can be used for a bunch of chain reactions, which you'll see later on in this chapter. But one thing you can do is you can just shoot tripwires, and it could kill a bunch of demons. So, yeah. This chapter is personally has my favorite song on the OST, Shout Out Machine Girl. This Machine Girl did a really good job with the OST, and this game actually introduced me to their music, which is awesome.
Yeah, my favorite is the Chapter 5 song. I heard it bit ago.
Yeah, Sam.
That's good.
I love the Chapter 4 song.
I definitely like the Chapter 4 one.
The non-boss one.
That one's really good too, yeah. Yeah. That's what I talked. What happened with Bree is what I talked about with the Guardian earlier. The Guardian locks on it and instantly kills you. So right now, both the Bree and Marissa are currently on kill switch right now, which another example of a stage where you just save the gods. You just save an elevate card for later, and you're able to jump on the tripwire without dying. Pods also made it into Chapter 6. Congrats. All of these runners are really close together, all things considered. This is a very close run. Right now, Bree and Marissa are currently on falling. You won't believe what you do in this stage.
Wow, would have never guessed.
Maybe falling.
Yeah, crazy. There isn't too much to talk about in this chapter for now, so if there's any questions people have, just let me know. I'd be down to answer them.
Yeah, I mean, with such a high APM game like this, I'm watching the input displays all slack-jawed, and this is for any runner who feels they can answer it while playing, or you idle. How do you get in? What was your experience like with learning this game, just in terms of do y'all come from I don't know, absurd high APM rhythm games or other shooters, or what's the vibes there?
So for me personally, I played a lot of FPS games, but I never actually speedrun any before Neon White. Neon White wasn't my first speed game personally, but it was a game but I have speedrun games a lot before in the past. And I believe my experience is similar to most of these runners, except for the fact that they really didn't play FPS games much before until they got into Neon White.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I had a very brief stunt with Portal Blitzless. That's about the only 3D sort of aim-intensive speedrunning I've done. I haven't really been much of an FPS player, but I've been really into Neon White. I don't know, it's just... When you put a lot of errors, I guess, you can sort of get to the level where you do a lot of these inputs and it's not the worst. Oh!
Yeah. Oh no! Nice save. Oh,
Also,
that was
yeah,
scary.
Oh my god.
For myself, I guess I could also explain. I am completely new into the kind of shooter games kind of range. I usually don't really play them, but I mainly used to go from Mario into I did a little bit of Splatoon for a bit, and I guess now I'm here.
Yeah. And also, I guess I can explain some of Marissa's past experience too, since she's locked in. Marissa speedran a lot of Mario Kart DS for a while, and has also speedrun some other Metroidvania type games, but this is her first 3D FPS speedrun.
Shout out also to our Mario Kart DS run a little later on the schedule. Sorry, back to you.
That's gonna be exciting. So there's an enemy introduced here, the Shocker. The Shocker is a six leaf pedal demon. You can land on any of the pedals you want, and it'll send you flying. You can also shoot its eye, and it will kill the demon. But the green leaf, as you see on it, is the quote-unquote intended death path. But you can do any of the paths as well. There is a lot that happened in that chapter, but basically there is a lot of strat divergence in that chapter due to how risky people are willing to play it, especially on the stage Trip Check, which Pods is going to be on pretty shortly.
I think I just have to... I don't know why I did that, but...
I've never seen that before. What?
Hey!
That's never happened before.
I've never seen that much gain that much height from it.
Say the line. I said the line.
You did it.
That's never
had it.
happened before.
The first run of both days. That's how you know this is a good trans-day visibility.
So, Bree and Marissa are currently both in Chapter 7. Chapter 7 introduces the Bubble Demon, these like floating spheres. These floating spheres, you can't shoot them. The only way to kill them is you have to either walk through them and then walk out, or shoot out of them. So you then have to go inside all the balloons in order to for routing. So it's very, very interesting for routing. Bree is on Minefield right now, which I guess to talk about some IL running, there's actually currently a multiple $100 bounty to be the first person to do a strat called Minefield Task and Run. It's a very impressive strat, and if there's any Neon White players and people with really good aim that feel like they want to give it a shot, I'd say go ahead.
I guess I can also explain this because this was funny. I may have also found I may as well have also helped with finding another strat that kind of just helped with making the bounty with something, but it's I might have just messed up the bounty by accident, so oops.
Blame Pods, everyone. You gotta blame them. Bree's currently on Greenhouse, so this is Greenhouse. You see to the right there is the Greenhouse. But unfortunately, you never entered the Greenhouse. Yeah, you just skipped the Greenhouse. So another thing too introduced is the Mimic, these purple chests. These Mimics, if you shoot them, they shoot out a ring of blue bullets, and you won't believe it, if you get hit by them, it's yet another insta-kill in this game. Get hit by those, instantly dead. However, these also instantly kill all other demons, too. There's another routing option where you don't actually potentially have to kill every demon, you can just shoot the Mimic, and the Mimic's bullets will then kill the demons for you.
You can also get a lot of boosts from the Mimics as well, which really can be useful for speed boosts.
Exactly. The other thing I'll say too is currently Marissa is going for the IL world record strat on the stage. She's playing Trigger. She had to do a backup in order to save it because the ending shotgun for the Purify Bomb is really hard, but she is basically just doing the IL record strat and just sending in runs just because,
So how much of full game at this point looks like ILs? Because I know in games like this that are very, very level based, you often have ILs will go out way, way ahead, and then runners will start implementing more and more of them into full game runs, and then ILs will break out some new horrifying thing. How close are the two right now in Neon White?
They are actually surprisingly decently far off. If I recall correctly, this combined sum of best for human records for the ILs is 25, 55 or something. There is a lot of time saved left, but a vast majority of it is probably never going to be consistent enough to get in runs.
It's not going to be consistent.
It doesn't turn up crazy IL routes.
I don't even think we'd be able to get. I don't think humans are never getting a 25. I don't think humans are ever getting a 26. I think the human limit, a decade or two down the line at most, would be a 27, unless there's some major strats found. Right. I think there's
flip it, come back to it in 10 years, chat. Hold all four of them to account.
Oh, thank you, Jupin. Jupin in chat said the combined record is 25:39, so thank you. It's been a while since I checked. Also, funny thing, this is my favorite chapter in the game that Bree and Marissa are on. This is Chapter 8. Chapter 8 is awesome. This chapter is really cool. I like it because it introduces the Dominion card. It's just a straight up rocket launcher. Left click, you get to shoot rockets, and you get to rocket jump. No matter where in relation you are to the explosions, you always get sent up, like I said earlier. You are going to... oh my
goodness, that is so true.
Yeah, that stage, Pause, has just been mean to everyone today. I don't know why. It's just a mean stage. But yeah, back to Dominion. Funny thing about Dominion is there's no matter where you are in relation to it, you'll always be sent up. The right click too is a grapple hook, which you can attach to literally any surface, pretty much, as long as you're within distance. So when you give speedrunners the ability to rocket jump anywhere and also grapple hook literally anywhere in range, I feel like they might break this chapter up open for runs. And surprising, this is happening. A vast majority of strats are just skipping half the stage. Like, for example, Crash right now, which is what Marissa's on, she's going to skip half the stage, and Ascent is a good example of just shooting everything far away with Dominion and then grappling up to. Another thing I want to shout out to during this run is I want to give a quick shout out to Noelle. Noelle is currently the only person to have an entire chapter sweep of IL records in the game, and she is the second ever person in the history of the game to do that. She has all 10 records on this chapter, and yeah, this chapter is really hard and has some of like the craziest records in the game. So massive shout out to... It
is really hard, I can verify.
Massive shout out to Noelle. Good shit, honey. Proud of you.
Shout out to Noelle.
Also, Firecracker. Yeah, there's a lot. It's hard to talk about everything happening on this stage. Everything in this every stage is just extremely complicated because it's just. But basically, you just have to rocket really far, and you also have to grapple to places, and then just you know, shoot stuff. Firecracker is another very interesting stage because there was a route somewhat recently that was found where you're just, for some reason, able to climb up this wall, like what Bree's currently doing. There's just invisible hitboxes there, and you can just climb up it, even though it looks like there's nothing there.
What?
And Bree is currently on Streak. This stage is kind of cool, I think. I like this stage. Another example of just skipping out the stage by being able to shoot stuff from far away. Streak is an example of there's a lot of routing opportunities for what you can do. I'm not sure how many different routing opportunities you'll see, but there's been at least like 4 or 5 different routes.
Yeah, definitely.
Progression.
Also, yeah, shout out to me doing Crash, is funny level.
Yep.
I'm kind of good at it.
Shout out Pods for Crash. Pods, I think, had a near 200-hour grind for IL record, and still is
something like
that to this day. Yeah, very dedicated to the grind, and I respect it. So right now, Bree is currently on the end of Chapter 8 and is getting to Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is pretty much just the final test chapter. It's not the final chapter, but basically this chapter just combines literally every aspect of every other chapter and puts it all together. There is going to be a lot of crazy stuff seen. This chapter has some of the most unique stages and is a very large community favorite. But real quickly, someone in chat asked, Labrad2 asked, what for y'all three of the runners, what are y'all's favorite levels? If you don't mind answering at this time.
It's gotta be Estate. I love Estate. We'll see it soon.
Estate's so good.
Definitely. I definitely had a bit more of a soft spot for like, this might be a weird one, LCNI.
I get it.
That's fair.
The new strat that was added to it is super cool.
Yep. This is God Streak.
Hold up.
Well,
Oh, sorry, what were you saying, Marissa?
I guess I'll go with State's Wall and Third Temple.
Those are
Third
good
Temple
stages.
is a solid one too.
Her temple's solid. I liked it.
Fun fact, there is a community awards in 2024, and Estate actually won the best level voted by the community. So right now, Bree and Marissa are currently in God Streak. God Streak is one of the few stages where actually using a vending machine is faster. There are vending machines that hold cards. They're primarily just useful for like saving runs in the category Hell Rush, which is basically right rush, but you can't reset. This is one of very few stages where actually using the vending machine is faster, and it is actually consistent enough to go for a rush.
Yeah.
Right.
There is like another stage as well that does that, which is Dash Tower.
Canals as well, too. I'm not sure if is Dash Tower shut down in Rush?
I did it.
Oh, nice. It's hard to keep track of what everyone does because there's 3 runs happening all at once. But yeah, we're getting pretty far into Chapter 9. Right, Bree is currently on Mayhem. Marissa is currently on Plunge. Both runners are very, very far. Pod's catching up, currently in Escalation. Bree right now is in Barrage. This is a stage where basically if you shoot the Purify bomb in the air, you actually are able to get speed boost. And this stage is a great example of that. You're just going to be shooting the Purify bombs over and over and over in order to get a lot of speed. The stage has This stage also has some really cool strats as well, and there's actually one of 18 stages in the original demo of the game that came out at 2021. This is current, and now Bree's made it to a state. The 2 of the 3 runners' favorite stages in the game, and the community voted favorite. I talked about Fireball Ringer Boost, and that is a very insane thing. It is, you can get so much speed. To give you an idea, I believe the fastest speed recorded, not from Godspeed and from like not Godspeed and Fireball dashing, was actually from this stage. People were able to get over 100 speed, which is very close to Godspeed, without actually Godspeeding. Very insane stuff. So, Bree is on a stage called Trapwire, which is, well, basically all the tripwires are traps. Very silly, very silly. There isn't too much. I don't think there's too much to talk about for the rest of this chapter, but coming up is getting some absolutely crazy stage. Actually, one more thing, Ricochet. Ricochet is a really funny stage. In Rush, it's not that bad, but in full game, no, not in full game, in ILs, it is one of the hardest and most toxic stages in the run. It has like 7 frame perfect inputs and strats. I'm not going to talk about why that is, but hey, if you guys are interested in this game and want to do research, you guys should check out some of the ILs in this game. These ILs.
Oh yeah, some of the ILs in this game are really, really silly to see.
Oh, there was a bounty on Ricochet that was obtained by Nugget yesterday for doing it. So, like a second barrier on the second fastest strat. So shout out to Nugget.
Oh wow! Congrats to Nugget. So right now, Bree is currently on Fortress, which is the final stage of Chapter 9, and it is honestly one of the prettiest stages in the game. Another stage with an absolutely insane IL record that I love to show people. You just shoot, you just save all those, you just save the balloons in the middle and just start shooting the balloons at the very end. Right now, and Bree is currently on, and Bree is now on Chapter 10. This is Holy Ground. This is the final break stage before the end of the run, so enjoy this break while it lasts, because everything past Holy Ground is going to be absolutely insane. You will have no breaks for the final remaining 12 stages past this, so just take a ride and enjoy the scenery. Both Marisa and Pods are going to be catching up soon. Marisa currently is actually in Holy Ground now. Pods is currently in a state, so roughly half a chapter distance between them. Very, very close considering how hard this game is and the volatility of this run.
Yeah, this race has been very, very tight the whole way through. I'm so happy with how this is turning out.
Yep, I am too. So, Bree has made it to Third Temple, so let's start explaining Third Temple. This right here is the second boss fight, and I believe arguably one of the hardest, if not the hardest stage in the run. So what you're doing in this stage is you're going to be using your fireball. You're going to be using your fireball and all the other cards just to damage green as much as possible. There's supposed to be 7 phases in this fight if you don't damage him early, but if done optimally, you can kill green before he even makes it to the end of the second phase. So this right here is the current second phase, and the community uses the term phases for when you when green drops the shield for an extended period of time, so you can do 20 damage to him. This stage has a lot of really precise lineups in order to actually hit the crystals and deal damage green at the same time. Like coming up right now, Bree's going to be doing stuff called air shot and air swap, which requires you to get some really crazy shots in air. Right now, it looks like Bree is going to be able to do it before actually second phase, getting the second earliest possible kill. Good job, good job.
GG, that was wild.
Yeah. Marisa also on pace to get a really, really early kill on this stage too. Also got it second earliest. Good job to the both of y'all. Good job. Absolute great work. And right now those two are into Chapter 11. Chapter 11 is one of the fastest chapters in the game, all because you got the Book of Life card. What is the Book of Life card? It just lets you instantly lock onto enemies and telefrag them from a very, very far distance away. Very, very far distance for the reason here. Because the vast majority of these stages are just going to be you teleporting like nearly like across the gap with basically almost the equivalent of like a pixel or 2 of gaps. Both these runners have actually turned down their FOV so they can make it easier to line up certain things, because some of these gaps are easier to line up on different FOVs. absolutely clean hike from Bree there. Marisa just slowly catching up too. This is a very intense chapter. Absolutely no breaks. Another thing too with the Book of Life card is because of how fast you're moving and teleporting to those cards, you're able to actually teleport through tripwires if you're far enough away, because you just basically go through the tripwire hitbox. You just skip it in between the frames that you actually are moving. Very absolutely intense stage. Pod's also going to be on Third Temple just now, so good luck, good luck.
Thank you.
Bree's currently
the best.
You got this, I believe. Bree currently on Congregation, which actually has a really funny strat, it's called an insight aiming strat. The way this works is basically Bree locks onto one of the tripwires with her controller, and when she picks up the Book of Life card, she's just able to instantly teleport to it while looking entirely away, because you're able to store the insight aiming, which is basically the game's auto aim. You're able to store it all the way through, even through picking up cards. Both Bree and Marisa go through it, and both got it very quickly. Bree's on Marathon, which is the current, which is the last stage of Chapter 11. This is supposed to be the longest non-boss fight stage in the game, clocking it at nearly a minute and a half long. But she's able to do it under 15 seconds. It's now on to Absolution, the final boss fight. On pace for a sub 32, assuming everything goes to play. Marisa slowly catching. Marisa a little behind on Marathon. But also
my
still on
goodness, that is so troll.
Pod's unfortunately not able to get the same kill that everyone else got, but was able to still get it second phase, the third earliest possible spot to kill it, and is now into chapter 11. Bree and Marisa are both on very similar paces, both absolutely insane. Both of them are absolutely cooking right now. The thing with Absolution is this is the only fight where you can't really skip stuff, so it's just a raw execution test. And this stage is really hard for the final stage in the run. It is very easy for something to just go wrong and immediately have to reset and lose over a minute. But both of these runners are able to do it really well, and none of them have had to reset. Right now, they're going to be doing some strats in the second to last section in order to save time by making it so you don't have to hit the crystal. You don't have to go around and hit all the crystals. You're just able to jump straight across. Bree going for a strat called Psycho Coyote, which is going, and she hits it. Very precise coyote jump that you do at the very end of the run. And Bree, time for Bree. 31:56 for Bree. Marisa also doing Psycho Coyote and hitting it. Marisa is slightly faster ahead in IGT. Was able to get quick kill and is able to get a 31:41. What happens there is she was able to time.
I think.
That was close. 15 second IGT gap between each other, and like.
What was Bree's IGT?
31:56.
Oh.
Right.
Pod's currently in access, catching up.
IGT, but so RCA.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Good job, both of y'all. Good job. But the race still isn't over yet. We still have Pods. We still have Pods currently in Congregation. Very close.
Okay,
very close behind.
I heard you say Bree went for Coyote and got it, and I was like, I gotta do it as well. I just had to go for it too.
That's crazy. Both of y'all are actually able to hit that in run. That's absolutely insane.
I'm 3 for 3 on that
stage,
line.
no less.
Yep.
That was a crazy solution for me.
Yeah, getting quick kill too like that is insane. For reference, quick kill is a very, very hard strat, and it is very much FPS dependent and very tight. To give you an idea, I actually grinded for quick kill. I grinded the stage. I didn't go for quick kill intentionally, but I got it unintentionally a couple times. I got it roughly around 3 times within like 30 hours back in 2022. It is very precise. There are ways to get it more consistently now, but yeah. Pod's making it into Absolution, currently on pace for a sub 34. Still a very respectable time, absolutely insane. An absolutely insane time to get. Will Absolution be nice? Let's see.
That was a bit of an awkward start there.
It's fine. Don't think about it. You're
fine.
fine. You're able to save it just fine, don't worry. And also, I want to quickly give a shout out to Pods' card. If you look at the Book of Life card, it actually says trans rights :3. And yeah, exactly. Trans rights, everyone.
Okay.
I had to do it just to be a bit, just to be cute. But why not?
Yeah, it was perfect. It was awesome. one more thing I want to give a shout out to while I was finishing out the run. I want to shout out the modding scene for this game. Everyone in this run is currently running on modded versions of the game. They're running the main mod being Neon White, developed by Faustus and Static. They are very much currently. It is one of the most important mods this community's ever had, and it's very helpful. It adds stuff like the input overlay. It has a lot of different nice customizability. PodzSnivy for Psycho Coyote, and also hits it 3 for 3 on Psycho Coyote. That is insane.
Let's go.
To hit this far in the run.
There we go.
And time for Pods 33:52, I think. 33:52. Let's go, everyone. GG. That was crazy.
What an incredible race.
Within 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, all three. Good work, everyone. GG.
Yeah, this was I think I joked right before we went live. My job here was just to stare at the screen, mouth agape, because this game is unparsably cool to me. Y'all absolutely showed off beyond showing off today. It's Trans Day of Visibility. I implore all of you, please be visible. Let the people know where you are on the internet, what you're up to, and if you've got shout-outs for your communities.
I'll be visible.
You three runners, you guys can shout out. You guys can give your
Okay.
shouts. So I'll go last.
So I'm bree12am on Twitch. I mostly stream speedrunning stuff, sometimes casual playthroughs. I'm big into Neon White at the minute. I'm probably gonna try push for a sub 31 on White 7 Rush. I think that's super doable. I'm so close. Yeah, I don't know. Marisa, do you want to go?
Sure. My stream is marisa77 on Twitch, and I've been doing this game quite a lot. It's been fun. I'll probably keep doing it. It's been really cool seeing all the activity in Rush lately, with all the different people getting PBs, getting a top. And yeah, sometimes I stream other like racing games, but mostly Neon White right now. And as Ida was saying, with the modding community, I honestly think that's what kept the game alive. The
Yeah.
community, in general, is just so fun and welcoming as well. Very active right now. It's very fun to be a part of, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess I'll end it off here. But yeah, you can find me PodzSR on Twitch, PodzSnivy on other social medias, or Pods, I don't remember exactly which, but which one is which. But yeah, also huge shout out. I'm also just gonna give a huge shout out to Quack, Helix, everyone else from the GDQ team for doing for like hosting this. This is actually my first marathon run in like the actual as an actual runner. Like first GDQ marathon run, sorry, objects or otherwise. But yeah, thank you for having me.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And I want to quickly give some shout outs to I've been running this game off and off since literally when the demo first came out back in February 2022. And even though I don't play the game as much anymore, the community has always been extremely friendly and inviting to me, and has always been very kind to me, even though I don't play the game much anymore. I want to thank Bree, Marissa, and Pods for giving me the opportunity to commentate. I want to shout out the community for all their effort. Neon White is one of the hardest working communities I've seen, with how willing everyone is willing to grind and put in thousands of hours to be the best. Like, these three right here are some of many, many great runners. The community is very friendly, very accepting. There's a lot of trans people, a lot of other people who fall under the LGBTQ labels. Everyone here is very friendly, and if you are ever interested in this game, although it looks really, really flashy, I can promise you the game is very open and inviting to new runners, and the community especially will do a great job helping you. I want to give a shout out to everyone in the community for that.
Also, yeah, of course, I will also just mention before we go, trans rights, also support like trans and queer companies as well, because there's this one place that I've been going to recently, and it's really good. Queer Emporium. But yeah, stuff like that. Figured I'll point that out.
Absolutely. Trans rights is no stranger to this Twitch chat, but we can always put more in it. You four have
Hands
been
arts.
an absolutely incredible way to kick off the day. I am so glad you killed it for your first marathon run, Pods, and to all four of you. I'm so glad we were able to kick off our day with you. And the shooting is not over, because when we get back from the break, we are going to have some squirrel with a gun. So get up, stretch, take a big deep breath after watching all of that unfold, and we'll be right back.
Good luck to all the other runners today. I hope everyone. I can't wait to see how well everyone does.